Sacrifice leads and gains follow. Sacrifice leads and gains follow. Don't look for any gains where there's been no sacrifice. Don't wake up and look for no gain. Don't look for your game to improve. Don't look for the record to improve. Without sacrifice, there are no gains. You can't make millions of dollars if you don't make million sacrifice.
You're going to need to cut some fat if you want life to change.
If you want to show me you want to win that bad, pack your calendar, because everything is based off of activity. Very few people want to show their calendar, because if they did, you would realize who really wants to win that and who doesn't. It's mathematically impossible for you not to win at the highest level if your calendar is packed from day till night, every single day, the entire year, day after day after day after day after day, without you winning.
Some of y'all so caught up on the game that you don't get it. It is in practicing. It is in eating right. It is in making good decisions that you look a certain way. It is how you practice. It is what you do that makes you look like you look. It is the process of the grind that shapes you and forms you. It's not the game. And that's why most of y'all get beat in the game or make mistakes in the game, because you think grinding is what happens when the sun comes out. You think grinding is what happens when the lights come on. You think grind is what happens when people get in the stage. That's not grind. The real grind is in the dark when nobody sees you, when nobody knows what you're doing, when you studying without coach, when you putting in those extra reps, when you watching those videos and you getting inspired, when you change your music. It's the process that makes you sweet. Champions are focused on the goal. They don't have time to be doing stuff that's not going to help them toward the goal. So all the little stuff you talking about, all the little social media, cut it off. Cut it off. Do what you're supposed to do. You ain't no boy no more. Get off social media. It's killing you. Get off of it. Stop Netflix. Who you watching? Watch you. Cut the TV off. It's going to be there. You got a job to do. That's what you're getting paid for. Have some pride. Cut off the TV, son. Cut that doggone football game off. It ain't doing nothing for you. They making millions, you not. More stuff comes to you when you execute, son. And the problem with some of y'all is you want somebody else to support your dream. It's yours. I don't owe you a dime. It's your dream. If you wanted to have it, get your butt up and make it happen. If you wanted to have it, rise and grind. If you wanted to have it, you're going to have to do what I do, and that's get up at 3 o'clock in the morning, because this is my time. This is my moment.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Comfort Olu Eyitayo, MNIFCAON, your host for Connect with Comfort. You are all welcome. Connect with Comfort is a digital platform where we shall be discussing issues that are trending and matters that pertains to growth and personal development for positive impact. I'm really excited to be here today live at this maiden edition of the show. This show has been designed in response to all the requests that people have been asking for us to add value to people on business, enterprise, and personal growth. I'm really glad you are able to join us. Please sit tight as we interrogate today's topic. Today's topic is Fund Your Dream. Our guest will be telling us what we mean by funding our dream. It promises to be exciting, educative, and knowledge enriching. Please let us make the best out of today's program because we have an expert in the house. She is a business entrepreneur and social impact coach by name, Dr. Omotola, who is also known as Dr. Omotola the Great. She is a social work professor at the University of Minnesota. Dr. Omotola the Great is the founder and lead consultant at the Funding Magnet LLC. Please stay connected as we will be right back after this short break. You are welcome back from the short break. Please join me in welcoming our guest of this day in the person of Dr. Omotola the Great.
Good
Dr.
evening.
Omotola the Great, you are welcome to this show, Connect with Comfort.
Good evening. Thank you for having me.
Good evening.
Good evening.
How are you today?
Doing fine. Thank you so much for having me on the show. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Yes, yes. Yes, I can hear you.
It's like we are
There's
having a slight
a delay.
network glitch. We hope to overcome that so that we can have the benefit of our discussion. Pardon?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. I said there might be a slight delay, but yes, I can hear you clearly. Yes, I can.
The network is a bit wobbly.
Hi, everyone. Let us know where you're tuning in from. Thank you for being here. Good evening to all of you. And let us know what city, what state you're tuning in from. Awesome. I think she's going to be back soon. So while we wait for her, if you can pick something this week that you would like to work on, you can also put it in the chat as well. To say, okay, this week, what is something that you're looking forward to? If you can do just one thing and get it done, put it off your plate, what would that one thing be? So let us know in the comment as well. We'd love to hear that from you. Okay. Wonderful. Yes, happy Sunday to everyone too. I'm just seeing your chats that are coming in. We're going to wait for Mrs. Comfort to get back, and then we'll be back on the show. But in the meantime, tell us something that you are looking forward to this week. If you can complete one thing, what would that one thing be for you this week? And don't be shy. Oh, wonderful. Thank you, London. I see you representing. Thank you for being here. Good evening to you. Anna, I believe. Thank you. Awesome. And so, again, my question was if you can do one thing this week that you're looking forward to, what would that one thing be? So, put it in the chat. Let me know what you're looking forward to getting done this week. Okay, while we wait for her to join us back, I'm going to start. So I know today's topic is on funding your dream or fund your dreams. And so it's a very important topic, especially at the beginning of the year. I think this is the best time to talk about this topic and to explore how can we fund our dreams. Welcome back. Welcome back, Ms. Comfort.
Thank you very much.
Sorry
I'm supposed to do the welcoming, but it's the other way around. I'm sorry about that. It's the network problem.
No worries.
Once again, I welcome you, Dr. Mutula. Straight away, maybe you can start for our listeners to tell us what we mean by funding our dream, the perspective of the dream that we are talking about. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you again. Okay, so again, funding your dream or fund your dream. Like I said before, you joined us. Like I think this is the best time to have this conversation. It's the beginning of a new year. It's a new season. A lot of people are excited. Maybe you did a review of 2022 and you realized that you didn't accomplish some goals. You didn't finish some dreams. This is a refresh. This is a big time to start all over again, to say, you know what, I want to do better. I want 2023 to be my best yet. And it can definitely be for you. And again, it's true. When it comes to our dream, we need resources, right? And especially funding is a big part of it. And I know most people think of funding in the sense of just money. And yes, we're going to talk about that. But for me, I always like to give the best of both worlds. And so I'm going to break it down in terms of, and I use an acronym for this in terms of fund. So FUND, fund your dream. So the F stands for focusing on what you want. So the first step in being able to fund your dream is to know what you want. What do you really, really want? And I know I was asking listeners some questions while you were away, that what's one thing they want to focus on this week. And so thinking of this year, we have 365 days. We've spent about 15 days of those 365 days. For the rest of these days that we have left, what would you like to focus on? So I know dreams can be either long-term or short-term. So let's focus on, and for you, your dream can take 3 months to actualize. For some of you, it might take 6 months. For some, it might be a year or more. So let's imagine the dream that we're talking about is in the time frame of 3, 6, and 1 year. If you can pick 3 dreams that you want to focus on, so that will be the first question I'll put to our listener. What are your dreams for this year? If you can pick 3 things that you want to accomplish, that you want to make a reality, that you want to bring from dream to reality, what would be those 3 things that you like to focus on? So what do you want? Because if you don't know what you want, then anything that comes your way, it's not going to really be helpful. So you need a focus, you need a target. Because once you have that target or targets that you're focusing on, then it's easier to say, okay, what are the resources that we need in terms of funding and any other kind of resources that is going to make it happen. So that's the first thing. And then the second thing, the U stands for understanding that your dream is going to take time. Your dream is going to take time. And so and time also is going, I like acronyms, so time is an acronym in this sense as well. And so the first T in the time, and the T in time is like, you need time to amass whatever it is that you're trying to bring about. Again, you have to count the cost in terms of, okay, what is it going to take me in terms of the time, then in terms of the resources. And I know a lot of you are interested in the funding side of things, and I promise you we're going to get to that part. But again, you need to first take the time to say, okay, to plan. What is, like, is this a 3 month dream? Is this a 6 month? Is this a 1 year? Is this a lifelong dream that I want to make happen? And what does this look like? Are there specific milestones along the way? So you need time to plan. A lot of us, we skip the planning. We want to jump to doing the action. For some of us, for others, this is like they don't want to. They take time to plan, but they don't take the time to act. And so in this acronym, I'm going to break it down to you. First, you need time to plan. Because think about it, if you're building a house, right, you have to count the cost. What is it going to cost you? Whether you're building a bungalow, a 6-story building, a 20-story high-rise, you need, like, they have to plan it. They need a blueprint. And so again, that's why I asked you for the first time, focus. What are you focusing on? Once you know your focus, then it's easier for you to plan for those focus and divide your years or your months or your days into time slots to be able to fulfill your dream that you want to make happen. And then the I stand for investment. So investing in being able to do the things that you want to make happen, investing in your dream. And again, that requires funding. And so this is where I'm going to talk a lot about how can you get funding to fund your dream. And so there are different ways that we can go about it. I like to start from the inner to the outward. And so let's start from internally. First, you yourself, you can be your own sponsor to fund your dream. And so we can look at your budgeting. Every one of us, whether you are in school, whether you are working, whether you own your own business, we have some money that is coming into our lives, whether that's weekly, on a bi-weekly basis, on a monthly basis, right? So that can be the first fund that you choose to invest in yourself. To say, you know what, every month or every week, whenever I get a paycheck, whenever I get my salary, my wages, after I give to God and all, I'm going to take 10% or 5% towards this goal. I know that this goal is going to take me 6 months. That's why I said focus on in the beginning. What do you want first? Is it going to take 6 months or 1 year? If it's going to take you 6 months, okay, I'm going to first, like, if you want to invest internally to fund your dream, it's okay. What percentage of my income, of my wages, or of my salary can I first afford to keep away towards this funding? So that's because you yourself, you have to be committed. You have to put your money where your mouth is first and foremost. Of course, other people can help you to fund your dream, but you have to first invest your own money, your own time towards it first. Because if you don't invest your time to plan and you don't invest your own money, even other people give you the funding, you're going to waste it, you're going to mismanage it, and we don't want that to happen. And so we don't want your dream to be cut short. We don't want you to abort your dream in the process along the way. And again, that's why the planning comes first before the funding. Because if you don't plan properly for it, you might get 6 months along the way and then you realize you are out of funding, you're out of resources. We don't want that to happen. So plan first, then invest the money, your own funding towards it. Okay, what percentage of my money, what percentage of my time is it going to go towards this dream? And so that is also very critical and important along this way. So after you've decided what amount you want to invest, then the next is like, okay, who else can support me? Because the truth is, for a lot of us, especially most of us, that we have purposeful lives that we are living, purposeful things that we want to accomplish in this world, our own personal investment is not enough. We need other people. We need other support system. And so the next on the internal side is families and friends. There are a lot of people who love you, who cares for you, who want the best for you, who are rooting for you, who believe in your goals and your dreams, who want you to accomplish a lot in life, right? And so those can be the next step after you say, okay, I have this percentage of money down, but I know that this is not going to get me to the finish line. So within my groups of families and friends who believe in me that I know can support me along this way. And again, the best way for them to listen to you, want to fund your dream, it goes back to the plan. Because if you come to me and say, oh, hi, let's say it's my sister coming to me and say, this is my dream, this is my goal. But if she doesn't give me a plan, the chance of me funding that dream is going to be very slight, even though she's my sister, right? But if she already has a plan that she has written, this is the plan, this is the timeline, these are some of the milestones I know that I have to meet along the way, then this is the little amount that I have to help me start. That is going to encourage me. I want to invest more in that versus somebody who does not have a plan, who has not counted the cost, who is not even willing to put their own money down and say, oh, just give me your money. So again, before you ask somebody else to fund your dream, you have to do the legwork. You have to be willing to show what you're also putting there. What are you willing to pay? What price are you willing to pay to make this dream come true? That it's easier. It's like, and your confidence also increase when you're talking to somebody to say, I've planned it. This is my timeline. This is what I think I'm going to do. This is the money I have right now, what I've gathered. And now I want you to support me any way you can with this funding. I have these different categories of things that I need. What can you help me with? It makes more sense. They are more willing to support you if you have a plan and if you're already investing in your dream yourself. So beyond family and friends, there are other ways that you can also fund your dreams. So we have grants. There are private grants, there are government grants as well, and there are sponsorship, there are scholarships. So depending on what industry or field or the kind of dream that you're trying to fund, there are a lot of funding out there for it. It's limited. If you're an individual, there are grants and scholarships for you. There are fellowships for you that you can apply for. You just have to search. You have to be really good at researching opportunities. There's a lot of opportunity out there for you. But again, investing that time, and you can find that out in your planning time when you're planning for it. And then the other one, if you're an entity, whether you're a business or an NGO, a non-governmental organization, and you have this dream of either making the world better by helping your community, building a new school, providing food for the homeless, or whatever it is, there are funding available as well for non-governmental organizations. And then for businesses, there are different kinds of business. There are some businesses that are social enterprise in nature. There are businesses that are for profit. And sometimes you need startup funding. A lot of us, when you start your business, maybe you don't have all the money, you don't have all the capital, right, to get it to the stage you want it to be. So there are a lot of startup grants that are available for small businesses or for people that have an idea that they want to look into in order to be able to fund their dreams as well and make it a reality. One of those is the Tolu Aluminum Foundation, and this is the right time. This is the season where the applications are open. It's towards the end of this month that application actually closes, and they give you up to $5,000 in seed funding to be able to fund your idea. You don't necessarily have to have a business. Let's say you have this dream, you have this idea that you think can either impact the world, whether economically or socially or environmentally as well. And so that's one that I would definitely refer you to in terms of looking for funding opportunities in that regard as well. So again, just to recap, you need to focus. What do you really want? if you can pick 3 things, dreams that you want to make accomplish this year, what would those 3 dreams look like? What is the timeline for them? Are they 3 months, 6 months, 1 year? So you need to create that timeline. And then again, now you need to invest your time to plan. Because again, to fail to plan is to prepare to fail. So even if you have all the fundings in this one, but you don't plan for it, you're going to mismanage the fund. It's not going to be as successful as we want it to be. And so you need to invest time to plan. And by planning, it helps you because, like we said again, some dreams that we have, you're not going to be able to fund it by yourself. You might need the support of others, whether that's family or friend or external funding. And so they want to see a plan. They want to see a blueprint of that vision. It's not enough for you to sell it to them. It's not enough to talk. They want to see the numbers. They want to be able to see on paper. They want to connect the dots. And the way that they can do that is to read something that you've written up in terms of your dream. And that way, it opens up more opportunity. You can answer the question, and they can feel more confident in terms of who you are as well. And then the M in time, I'm going to that acronym for time, is also understanding that you need time. You need mentors, you need models, and you need mirrors. Because for whatever dream that you're thinking of accomplishing, other people have done it. So you may not be yes, money, like I said, money is just a little part of funding your dream. Money is not the only thing. A lot of us, we like to focus on the fund. We think money, one thing. But part of funding your dream is looking for a mentor, looking for a model, looking for a mirror. Has somebody accomplished that dream that you're trying to make happen? Has somebody lived the life? Has somebody brought about the vision that you already have? It might not be in the capacity that you are thinking about. It might not be in the community but somebody else has done it. And so how do you find mentors, models, and mirrors? Books are one. There are a lot of books that have been written about so many things. And so whatever your dreams are, I promise you, somebody has cracked the code. And most of the time, they write a book about it. So you need to invest time in reading. So the other ones are courses and classes. There are a lot of people now, thanks to technology, thanks to the way that the world is advancing, the degree of distance between you and your mentors and your role models and the mirrors that you're looking up to, it's now small. You are like 2 or 3 people away from your mentors, the models, the people that are living the dream already of what you're trying to make happen in your own reality. And so again, there are knowledge that have been packaged. Search after it, invest time, invest money. And that can be part of your funding plan, that I need to learn this. It's going to cost me this amount to learn from this person. So that's another one. Another one might be one-on-one consultation. I know Miss Comfort, she's good at what she does. She has a lot. So imagine having her and sitting one-on-one with her in a coaching session. Like, imagine what the possibility can open up. She has more than 30 plus years of experience in her own field, in her own area of expertise. And maybe you have a dream similar to what she has gone through in her career and through her own life. You can make that happen. Do you see? And so again, that's why mentors, models, and mirrors are important. And when the dream gets like taxing, because any dream worth living, sometimes they're going to press you. They're going to stretch you, right? That's why you need the mentors, you need the models, and you need the mirrors. Because when you feel like quitting, you have to look at those things that these people, they didn't have it easy too. They had to start from somewhere. But because they didn't give up, that's why they're now your mentors, they're now your models, they're now the mirrors that you're looking up to, right? And so it's very important that as part of funding your dream, you identify your mentors, you identify the mirrors, you identify the models that you say, you know what, how can I pattern my own process and learn from what they've gone through? Because if you can do that, it's going to help your dream come to pass faster than just trying to do it alone. Because you can have all the funds in this one, but if you don't have direction, if you don't have guidance from people who have lived it, you're going to get frustrated. All the money in this one is not going to help you. And so yes, like I said, the monetary money is important, but beyond that, to fund your dream, you need mentors, you need models, you need mirrors to look up to in that. And then the E in time stands for execution. It's not enough to have the money. It's not enough to have the plan. You have to be willing to do the work. And again, it's connected to the M of needing mentors, models, and mirrors. Because a lot of us, we get excited, right? We get super excited in terms of being able to fund that dream and all, and then we have the money, we have the resources, but sometimes we lose the energy. We get frustrated when there's a little challenge or problem, because obstacles are going to come. Challenges are going to come when it comes to being able to fund your dream, but you cannot give up. And so you need to keep taking action, one step towards the other. You need to be able to do that. So again, understand that your dream needs time. That's the U for the F-U in fun. Then the N is nose. Get used to no's. You're going to get a lot of no's in this journey to be able to fund your dream, but you cannot give up. You cannot give up. And so when it comes to whether asking people, whether that's family or friends for money, not everybody is going to say yes. Not everybody is going to be excited about your dream the way that you are. And that is okay. So get used to no. And one of the challenge I give people is, and I want to challenge all of you that you're watching it to say, give yourself, go get 100 no's. Whatever your dream is, ask 100 people, whether that's for money, for time, for resources, ask them and expect them to say no. Get used to no. Turn yourself to be like all these kids, like this idea of like, no does not break. It just means next opportunity. No means next opportunity. So don't get derailed when your grant does not get funding. When you're not picked for that business startup, when your family says no, it will happen. But I promise you, if you really, really want to live your dream, you want to be able to make this dream a reality, you will keep going despite the no's that comes your way. So the end in fund is like sometimes you're going to come across no, and that is okay. That should help you to even build the resiliency to continue no matter the challenge that you're facing in the way. Then the D in fund stands for decide. You have to make a decision. Are you willing to pay the price? Not again, like I said, it's not just about the money. Yes, money is key and wonderful, but your dream is going to take more than money. So I don't want you to get so stuck on the money part. A lot of you've been using that excuse as to why you're not starting the dream or living the dream or continuing the dream. So today I want you to realize that yes, money is important and funding is key, but more than ever, you have to decide. Are you willing to commit yourself to this process? No matter the challenges, the obstacle that comes your way, have you made the decision that you're willing to pay the price for the prize? Are you willing to pay the PRICE for the PRIZE? There's a price that will come. That may mean waking up early. That may mean sleeping late. That may mean spending less than 1 hour or 30 minutes on social media to be able to live your dream, to fund the dream that you have in your mind. So you have to make that decision. That means your commitment level. How committed are you? Because you might have all the money in this world, but if you don't have the energy, if you are not committed, you're not going to bring about the reality of that dream. And so even though, yes, the money part is huge, but at the end of the day, all these other things, that's what makes everything whole for you to be able to fund your dreams. Okay, I'll turn it over to you, Mrs. Comfort.
Awesome. That is really, really impactful. Thank you very much. You have you have spoken to some of the questions already, but it is sufficient for us to make sure that you understand when we talk of funds, we are not just talking about money, and that is well spelled out for us. Now, that covers what you can say. What do you need or to know about dream funding? We already have that well explained. Like the funding opportunities, you mentioned one, Tony Edumelu and all that. Which other ones that you can quickly point out to our listeners that they can also take advantage of? Because that's the essence of this program, to be able to point them in the right direction. Which other sources of funds will be it's available that people can easily tap onto, like the low hanging fruit type of fund, sources of funds? Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for that question. Like I said, yes. So it depends. So depending on, because like dreams, and there's so many people that are listening from all over. Like sometimes we don't know what it is. So specific funders have specific criteria in terms of who they want to fund and what kind of project or what kind of ideas or what kind of industry that they are interested in. So I'll say maybe the first step is like Google is going to be your best friend. And you can start locally before you even go nationally. So all of us, we have cell phones. We are connected to the internet. So instead of wasting 2 hours on scrolling on social media, maybe you can invest 30 minutes every single day. Okay, I'm going to go on Google. I want to fund this specific dream, whether that's education, whether that's scholarship to study abroad. Maybe that's your dream, is to study abroad. Maybe your dream is to be able to go to another country to learn a particular trade or get a particular certification. whatever that dream is, or fund something in your own country. Go on Google to say, okay, are there funding available for? Then put in your keyword, whether that's education, whether that's agriculture. So, because again, I cannot say one size fits all because I don't know what people are interested in or what is their specific dream. So I'll say start from Google. Then from there, it will open up many possibilities. But beyond that, there are other there are websites. They are like more of like databases. Some of them are paid and some of them are free, but there are some databases where they have a lot of grant funding opportunity. Again, it's a lot, but if you put in what your own keyword, then it will specify to what you need. And so one of them is called Instrumentally. And so that's one. And then I'm going to, after the show, I'll send you some link and then we can share it with our listeners later on for sure. Then also there are some government grant or government schemes that are also available. So whatever city or state or country you are in, every government have at least or try to help their people. And so they may have like grants for students, they may have funding opportunity for small business owners, they may have funding opportunity for non-profits or NGOs as well. So again, research your own city, research your own state, research your own country where you are, because I know we are international based as well, to say, okay, are there funding for students in this area, in this city or in this state as well? And so that can be another way to definitely look forward to getting. But because again, it's so general in terms of where people are, so I'll say start with Google. Google it, it's okay. This is the area I want funding in. Are there anything in my city, in my state, in my country? And then based on what you get, then you'll be able to really, it will point you in other directions in the ways to go.
Thank you very much. One of our listeners asked the question, how do I pitch my proposal to someone I've never met before?
That's a good question. So if you've never met them before, the first thing I'll say is like ask yourself, why do you need them? If they don't know you, but you believe that you need them and you want to pitch to them, do they have a formal process of looking at of getting proposals? So if there's a formal process, I'll say follow their formal process. If there's no formal process at all and you just want to like shoot your shot, like we say, so I'll say learn something about them. Find out, have they found this kind of proposal before? Have they found this kind of project before that I'm trying to propose to them? Because if you don't have any background information, if you've not done your research and you just like shoot your shot anyhow, then you may not get any response. You can just be cricket. Nobody's going to respond to you. So first, find out, do they have a formal process? Do they have a specific email address or somebody that you reach out to in their company or their business that you can say, this is who I am, this is what I'm trying to do, this is the way forward. And so if that is not there, then you can send an email to ask them, and introduce yourself. So come up with an elevator pitch, no more than 2 minutes. If you're saying it in person, you say, hi, my name is this person. I have a passion for this. I have this idea that I think can transform this. And I believe that you can partner with me to make this happen. I would love to send you more information. How do I go about that? So again, you can never go wrong in asking if you're not sure if they have a formal process in terms of what to do. Then another way they can do it is like, again, find something the person has done. Study them, read their books. If they have courses, buy it. So sometimes that might be the way to reduce the distance between you and that person. And so don't just go, you've never read anything about them, you've never invested in them, and then you want them to invest in you. It's a give and take. Whether you're, even if it's not a loan, there's always an exchange in terms of value. And so how can you add value to that person? How will your product, your whatever it is that you're trying to pitch to them, add value to them? How will it make their life better or their business better? So if you can have like 3 to 4 points in that regard, then you can easily use that when you're talking to them or when you are emailing them. But again, when in doubt, ask. If you're not sure, then just send an email. But again, do your research. Have they found this before? Do they have any? Because it doesn't make sense to send a proposal to somebody who is not interested in your lane, who is not interested in your industry. Just because they have the money doesn't mean that they have the interest. And so that interest has to be there. So you need to find out through what they share on social media, through what they post out. Do they have an interest in that thing? And then hopefully that can help you.
Thank you very much. I was just going to say that you need to know what they are passionate about. They might not be interested in your line of business or your dream, and it's very important that you are not speaking to a brick wall, so to say. So that is very useful. And then another question that was sent to us to ask you, Are all funding opportunities safe?
That's a good question. So it depends again on the industry. So if you're a for-profit versus a non-profit, so there are different ways. So again, it starts with your values. So I'll give you an example. I work a lot in the non-profit sector, but it's applicable to anyone. So let's say there's a company that maybe you don't believe in drinking, you don't smoke. And let's say there's a tobacco company that wants to give you 1 million to help you fund your foundation. So you have to ask yourself the question, does this align with your value or not? You don't believe in smoking. You believe that smoking kills. Now this company wants to give you $1 million. Are you going to take the money or not? So again, I cannot answer that question to you for you.
Compromise your standing.
Exactly. So you have to ask, like, what is your value? How does this, like, what is, so again, every fund, before you say yes to them, look at, and then also, I look at the terms of agreement. What is the memorandum of understanding? Like, look at it, read the fine print. Don't be so excited about the money that, again, do your research. Find about these people. What is their reputation? Is this the kind of people that you want to join your name with? Will you be happy 5 years, 10 years from now that people can link your name to that organization or that people? So again, you decide for yourself whether it's safe or not. Then again, what are the terms? No, especially if it's something that you have to repay back or you have to give them something in exchange for. What are the terms? Can you deliver? And have you made sure that, like, you've accounted for the risk? What can happen in terms of economic crash and everything? So you need to know all of these things, and then you'll be able to answer for yourself whether it's safe or not. So again, if there are specific things, and again, if you don't feel comfortable, again, use your intuition. A lot of us, we know the answer. We know whether it's safe or not to take that money or not. So again, don't ever dull your intuition by ignoring it and saying that, well, because the money is huge, I'm going to forget my value. I'm just going to focus on the money because that's shiny. Never forget your intuition. Don't forget your value system. Don't compromise it just because the person wants to fund your dream. But you know deep down that this will not be the kind of person you want to get into business with, or that it's not safe for you or your reality.
Thank you very much. There's another question that asks, how do I gauge whether or not my dream is worth investing in?
That's a good question. That's a very good question. Whoever asked that, I'm sure you've thought about it. So again, it goes back to this idea of, like, there's this thing that they call the area of destiny. You can Google it up or something. And it talks about, like, think of it like 3 Venn diagrams, and they're all coming together. So like 3 circles, and then you overlap them. So there's the mission. What is the end goal? What do you want? Like, what is this mission, this dream going to serve? Whether it's for you or for the world, what is the end goal for this dream? What is the mission that you're carrying? And again, then the second one is, are you passionate about it? Do you have a passion for it? You're not doing it because your mama said you should do it. Like me, I always tell people, my parents wanted me to be a doctor. I did not choose doctor. That is not who I am. Yes, I'm a doctor, but in social work. That is where my doctorate comes from. I wanted to help people, but I didn't want to cure them. I didn't want to heal them. That was not. So again, your passion matters. So what are you passionate about? I'm helping people now, right? But not as a doctor. If I was a doctor, I would hate it. I would kill more people than help them in a way. So again, what is your passion? So now that you know what is the end goal, that's the mission that you're looking at. What is the passion? Are you passionate about it? If nobody pays you for it, will you still do it? Will you still give your best? Will you still show up and sacrifice and wake up early and sleep late to accomplish this dream? So that's the next one, your passion after the mission. Then the third one in this 3 circle is your gifting, your talent, your expertise. What are you gifted in? Yes, I could have easily become a medical, but I'm not gifted in that area. My own gift is not in that area. So what are you gifted? What are some things that they come easily to you? You don't have to struggle. Like, I used to struggle to learn chemistry. It used to frustrate me. No matter 10 hours I spend on it, I'll still get like average. And like, I don't want, average is not good enough for me. This is one of the things in the subject I have to learn. So again, I realized that was not going to work for me. So again, your mission, your passion, and your gifting. If you can see all 3 and they are all in alignment, then you know that it is worth pursuing. But if one of those 3 things are missing, then I'll say go back to the drawing board to ask, like, what am I doing? Am I doing it for myself? Am I doing it to keep up with the Jonases? Am I doing it for my parents or the society? And if that is then don't, like, it is not worth it if you're doing it for somebody else. you have to connect those things, your mission, your passion, and your gifting. If you can connect them, then you yourself, you can answer that question that yes, it is what pursuing, it is what pursuing. And again, with mentors, models, and mirrors, you cannot go wrong. That's why I mentioned that you need those people, because when you have, because again, when it comes to going for our dreams, sometimes we'll have clouds that will form around us. And that is one that we should give up. And that's why you need those mentors, the models, and the mirrors to help you, to guide you, to know whether this is wasted effort or this is, you just have to persist and keep going through until you get through the other end.
Fantastic. There's one that relates to what you have talked about. Ask question on what risk do I need to be aware of in dream funding? What risk?
Wait, can you repeat that question again? What
risk? Risk.
Okay. Risk. Oh, okay. Yes.
Aware of
absolutely in dream funding. So I'll say again, it goes again. Who are you getting in bed with when it comes to, especially if it's about money? Are these the people that you want? So again, you have to research your partners, research the potential funders or investors. Are these the kind of people that you want to get into business with? Because sometimes it can be longer. Your dream can take a year or 2 or 3. Are you willing to stick to them over that long period of time? So again, and then the second one is about also your time. Again, that's what I say, going back to your passion. Like, is this something that you're passionate about, that you have a gifting for? Because if you don't, and then you'll be wasting a lot of time and energy. And at the end of the day, you might realize 3 years down the line that this was not the dream you should have been pursuing. So that risk of not going at the right dream can happen. And that's why you need the mentors, the models, and the mirrors to look out for as you go forward. So again, and then the risk again is that if there are some specific requirements, some exchange, read the memorandum, understand it, find a lawyer, find somebody that understands the lingo of what the agreement terms are, understand what is required of you, what your partners are supposed to bring, and then that can help as well. Then also, if you don't have full control in terms of the execution of the project or the dream, make sure that whoever you're bringing on, they are as committed as you as well. Because if some people, they lose hope or they don't want to continue again, do you have a backup plan of who else is going to come aboard to support you to make sure you can deliver on that dream?
Awesome. A quick one before acknowledge our listener is a question from Pastor Sheyi that says, how do you attract investors who can fund your dreams?
Exactly. So again, it starts with planning. You yourself knowing exactly like what you want, and then creating a plan. Okay, this is what I want. Coming up with like an elevator pitch to say, okay, this is in 2 minutes. If you had the opportunity to ride up an elevator with somebody, do you know your dream inside out? Can you make sense of it to somebody else who is not you, to describe what you're trying to bring about? And so that can be one. Then again, you also looking for opportunities. You're talking about getting no's. So identify people. Again, you have the internet, you have technology at your right hand. We have books. There are things that have been written about different areas or different kind of industry or things that you're trying to make happen. So go and research who is doing work in this area. So don't wait for them to come to you. You go find them out. That who is doing work who is interested in energy, who is interested in education, who is interested in social welfare, who is interested in business, who is interested in manufacturing, whatever your dream is. And kind of who are the players in your own city, in your own state? Who are those people? How can you start getting on their radar? How can you go for events that they have or that they are going to be there or they're going to be speaking at? And then that's how you can start connecting to those people. And then again, asking questions. Like if you can ask good questions, people are going to listen to you. And so asking good questions, asking questions of people. And if you can do all of those things, then it will be easier to definitely attract investors to you.
Another one is how compelling. I think that was just
your proposal. Yes. How do you make your proposal compelling? Again, so, telling stories. Can you tell a story? Why is this important? Again, going back to that passion and the mission. What is the solution that you're selling to us? Because the truth is, all of us, we're selling something. So what is the before and after How is our life going to be transformed for the better? How are you saving lives? How are you going to be transforming communities or people because of that product or that thing that you're trying to pitch to people? What is the change? Like, what is the before and after? Let's say you met this person at their point zero before they met your product or your service. 3 months after, 6 months after, 1 year after, what is the transformation? Can you walk us through that journey? But people want to see that. They want to see the transformation. That's what they want you to sell. And then if you already have a test that you've done, if you've already done a trial test, a beta test with somebody, can you tell the story? Can you tell the before and after? Can you tell us the story of before Shay came to our program or use our product? She was at this point, level 0. In 3 months, she moved to level 10, level 20. So you need to show us the transformation so you can tell that true story, and that's how you can make it compelling.
Fantastic. Awesome. I'm really glad. I'm sure listeners have enjoyed this session very well. Once again, I want to appreciate highly Dr. Omotola the Great. You are indeed great, and you have proved that. And don't worry for not being a medical doctor, because you can heal, but if you also make provision for people to get the right resources to fund their dreams and stay healthy, in a way you are also healing. So well done. As well, I will acknowledge the presence of all our audience online for connecting with us, for joining with us. This show actually promises more going forward, and you have seen a taste of through what our guests have been able to reach out for us. I appreciate you all, and I want to ask you to continue to join us on this interesting journey for other insightful and knowledge-packed shows that will be coming up, because we have it every Sunday, 5 p.m. God willing. We will be bringing different guests addressing different areas of concern that are also equally interesting. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, CONNEC. Once you have subscribed, please turn on the notification button, like it, and share it. Share our videos also. Please, this information should not be kept to yourself. Share amongst your friends, especially for upcoming events, solutions, and other offers that we have. You can also check that on my Instagram. Excuse me, on my Instagram account, Comfort Eyitayo, as well as the Facebook at Comfort Eyitayo. Once again, I cannot thank you enough, Dr. Omotola the Great. You are wonderful. Thank you for even accepting our invitation. But beyond that, you have surpassed our expectation. We are really, really glad. You promised us a link which we will be able to send to our
I'll get it to you. Yes.
viewers. It will also help them to know other sources of funds that they can take advantage of. I think there's no other question coming up online for now. So we, at this point, call it a day. This show is also a platform where you can advertise your business, because it's going to be aired worldwide. So you can advertise your business, and you can also collaborate with us. If there are areas that you feel you can take the show to, you can collaborate with us, and jointly you will be able to impact positively on people. Thank you very much, Dr. Omotola. Thank you, online audience. Thank you for those that sent me questions. Thank you, everybody. God bless you. To meet again next week, please make your dream a reality. Bye for now.